If you have been playing this game long enough, you probably have also encountered this kind of player that gets way into their feelings and decides just to throw the game. But you would think that once you get into the high rank games, it will be less frequent, right? But nope, I've seen this happen so many times, and unfortunately, this is also one of those games.
Welcome to Mobile Legends!
As you saw from the intro, we had a pretty decent start.
Initiate retreat! Request backup has been slain. Initiate retreat! You have
Nothing seemed to be out of the ordinary. Our roamer was playing normally. He even healed me and just seemed to be trying his best.
killing spree! You have slain an enemy! Double kill! Enemy has
With this incredible early game, I thought that it would take a lot from us to throw this game. But little did I know that it will become one of the toughest games ever.
launched attack! An ally has slain the turtle!
I'm not a monster. I'm a demon.
Shut down!
Enemy battle spell on CD.
Ally has been slain.
Open your mind.
Request backup!
Bear my wrath.
And you have slain an enemy! Not ready.
They quickly turned the table with just a few timely ganks.
Rest.
And I think this is where it all started. This is probably where our roamer got triggered because of this comment. I was actually quite confused why Julian was blaming our roamer. I thought he was doing just fine.
Retreat!
Understood.
And here comes the first intentional feeding.
Retreat! Ally has been slain.
Bear my wrath.
Ally has been the game. Our turret has been destroyed. Enemy rampage!
Look, I get it. It's frustrating when someone blames you for no reason, but you cannot let them get to you like that. Just ignore and keep doing your thing. This isn't a 2v2, it's a 5v5. If one guy is being toxic, don't throw the whole match and screw over the other teammates who didn't do anything.
You have slain an enemy! Ally has
The table turned so quickly. Now they are the one in total control of the game. And of course, our roamer kept doing his shenanigans.
initiate retreat!
What a rough situation.
Face yourself.
Our turret has been destroyed.
This is actually so sad.
Team destroyed the turret. The enemy has slain the turtle.
Even the opponents were starting to show sympathy to us. And things were just getting worse and worse.
Magic is so
Our turret has been destroyed.
bear my wrath.
We can't even defend at this point.
Ally has been enemy double kill. Good game. Enemy dominated. Initiate.
My teammates are trying to be sneaky and see if they can steal the Lord. If they manage to steal it, that could give us a little bit of a breather.
Back up.
Or I'll destroy you.
Our turret has been destroyed. Our turret is under attack. Shut down. Our turret is under attack.
Not gonna lie, at this point, I did feel like it was impossible to win. That it would take the biggest miracle to pull this off. I was still hopeful that he would regain his senses and start playing normally, but unfortunately, nothing will get through him.
Legendary.
Actually hopeless.
You will never learn.
Honestly, the only reason why I didn't want to surrender is because I felt like there was still a very slim chance to win this. If I can just keep clearing the wave and wait until they get super cocky and messed up, we can still pull this off. An extremely tiny, small little chance, but it's not zero.
Initiate retreat.
I'm not a monster. Bear my wrath.
Legendary. Shut down.
This Eudora was giving my entire team Eudoraphobia. At least I finally got to shut her down.
Open your mind.
Initiate retreat. Enemy gone.
This is actually a 4v6.
Attack enemy lord.
Slain an enemy.
Brilliant tanking.
Initiate retreat.
Well, this is it. My whole team got wiped out and they're pushing with the Lord.
Has been killing spree. Enemy double.
Bear my wrath.
Our inhibitor turret is under attack.
Are we just delaying the inevitable? Shall we just surrender, stop wasting time, and move on to the next one?
Our inhibitor turret is under attack. Ally has been slain. Enemy double kill. Shut down. Mega kill.
But I started to feel that they were slowly starting to crack, that they were getting quite cocky and starting to mess up here and there.
Turret is under attack.
But so are we.
Our inhibitor turret is under attack. Good game.
Imagination is the driving force of the energy. Face yourself.
いいだろう。お前は殺して手土産にする。私が知戦に昇格するためのだ。
They were getting frustrated, They were probably confused why the game wasn't over yet. It was basically a 4v6 and they had over double our kills.
Initiate retreat.
But our roamer still insists on intentionally feeding. Welp.
Imagination is the driving force of the action.
Ally has been slain.
No, not like this. We really need this lord. Please. This game.
Ally has slain Lord. Shut down.
Instant kill.
Wait a moment. Even though we got the lord, this could still be over. Remember that Khalid is actually not our roamer, but theirs. I need to solo defend this once again. I don't think I'll be able to defend this.
Our base is under attack.
Now I get
An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
What is this game?
Full kill.
Great play.
Launch attack.
I was still trying to convince him to keep playing, especially now that you could see that winning wasn't out of reach anymore.
Your team destroyed a turret.
Well done.
An enemy has
Well
been
done.
slain.
Well done.
I'm not a monster. I'm a
This is actually so sad.
Ally has been slain.
Well done.
An enemy has been slain.
Hey, at least it can be used as bait.
Request backup. You have slain.
Wait, are we actually doing this?
Bird. Your team destroyed a turret. Request backup. Killing spree. Shut down. Request backup.
attack the Lord.
Understood.
Initiate retreat.
Mia, I really don't think that's a good place to hide.
Retreat.
Retreat from the Lord.
Open your mouth.
Ally has been. You have slain an enemy.
Can we actually do this?
Ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Attack the Lord.
Gather up the Lord.
No, or I'll destroy you.
Ally has
We got what we came for. Let's retreat.
Your team destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain. Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat.
This little bastard. Wait a moment. Our Julian is split pushing. I will need to stop the recalls.
Kill them. Ultra turret.
Absolutely no flipping way. How did we actually manage to pull this one off?
Victory!
We came back from a 27 points deficit. That's absolutely nuts. I think it was the biggest score gap I've ever made a comeback from. 20 death from a roamer. What a crazy match this was.